Good evening. Welcome. My name is Zacharias Papanagnostou. I am the co-chair, along with Ms. Eleni Manaris here, of the Scholarship Committee. And I want to welcome Father Basakiros, our keynote speaker later, the president of our Benevolent Society, of Ladies Benevolent Society, Mrs. Toula Kalapoutis, ex-presidents of the society, Mr. Dimos Chiokis and Mr. Vasilis Zissis. Unfortunately, the president of the society cannot attend the ceremony today. We have Mr. Psaltos, the vice president of our society, representing the president of the society. Welcome to the Custodian Society Scholarship Awards, where we acknowledge the academic achievements of our students in our community. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to this year's scholarship recipients. For the past 115 years, the Society of Custodians has played a vital role in supporting communities both at home and abroad. As we celebrate the 62nd anniversary of our scholarship awards, we take great pride in investing in our students' futures and championing their contributions to the arts and sciences. Education has always been a cornerstone of Greek heritage, shaping the foundation of Western civilization. The Greek ideal of aristia, the relentless pursuit of excellence, continues to inspire us. With deep respect for our predecessors and a profound appreciation for the Society's enduring legacy, I encourage you to carry this tradition forward. By embracing innovation and fresh perspectives, you will not only honor our core values, but also strengthen our collective impact for generations to come. To our distinguished speakers, we are grateful for your support and inspirational words. To our generous donors, your contributions make a lasting difference in the success of our children. Thank you all. Please rise for the national anthems of the United States and Greece. I invite Ms. Konstantina Chiokis, a soprano, to perform the national anthems of both countries. Konstantina.
Oh, say, can't you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were glared, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet waved? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Σε γνωρίζω από την κόψη του σπαθιού την τρομερή. Σε γνωρίζω από την όψη που με βιά μετράει τη γη. Απ' τα κόκαλα βγαλμένη των Ελλήνων τα ιερά και σαν πρώτα ανδριωμένη χέρο ελευθεριά και σαν πρώτα ανδριωμένη χέρο ελευθεριά και σαν πρώτα ανδριωμένη, χαίρο, χαίρε, ελευθεριά.
I would actually, I'm going to invite Father Basakiros to say a prayer, please.
Στον Πατρός και του Υιού και του Υιού Πνεύματος νυν και αεί και εις τους αιώνας των αιώνων. Αμήν. Πάτερ ημών, ο εν της ουρανής, αγιαστήτω το όνομά σου, ελθέτω η βασιλεία σου, γεννηθείτε το θέλημά σου, ως ουρανών και επί της γης, των άτων ημών των επιούσιων, δώσει ημί σήμερον και άφηση ημί τα θύματα ημών, ως και εμείς αφήμεν τις βλέτες ημών, και εμείς εν έγκυση μας επειρασμών, αλλά ρίσε εμάς από τον γύρο. Ότι σου εστίν η βασιλεία και δύναμις και δόξα του Πατρός και του Υιού και του Υιού Πνεύματος νυν και αεί και εις τους αιώνας των αιώνων. Αμήν.
Thank you, Father. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Jampsaltos to deliver a few words, since our president is not present today.
Thank you. I'm going to say very few words here since I didn't know I was going to speak. But anyway, my name is John Saldos, Vice President of the Society, and I've been to, 20 of these things, maybe more. Every year it's impressive to hear what the students have in their careers, what their aspirations are, what they've done, and most importantly, they're joining a very long list of very accomplished students in the past, people that have come, received scholarships, and have gone on to great things. So I encourage you and I congratulate you. Keep up the good work. All right? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'd like to ask Ms. Tula Kalopoutis, our president of the Philoptochos, to come up.
You sort of stay back. Make the opinion.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Honored guests, proud families, and scholarship recipients. It is a privilege and honor to stand before you today to celebrate your achievements and the values that have guided you. Values rooted in your custodian heritage and your commitment to making a positive impact in your community. You have demonstrated that the spirit of Castoria lives in you. It is alive in your hard work, your resilience, and your commitment to excellence. It is alive the way you honor your ancestors, whose journey to a better life was built on faith, sacrifice, and belief in education. You are stepping into a world that is waiting for your brilliance. Explore it with open hearts and curious minds. Follow your dreams and never be afraid to go beyond what you know. Along the way, never forget the roots that ground you. Stay connected to your families and to the community that lives in you. Your heritage is not just a history. It is a compass that will show you the way. You carry with you the hopes and the prayers of all of us here, the pride of your families, and the support of our organizations. May this scholarship be just one of many doors that open for you. Thank you and congratulations.
And now I'll have Mr. Michael Stratis come up to say a few words. It's one of our
Good afternoon to everyone. The very Reverend Archimandrite Vasilios Basakiros was born in 1945, a Brooklynite, to Elias Basakiros and Elpida Liakos Basakiros from Castoria, who worked in the fur trade. As a young man, he learned the fur craft in his father's shop. He attended George Westinghouse Technical and Vocational High School and was drafted into the U.S. Army upon graduation with one tour in the Vietnam War, and he was discharged with honors. He then entered the television broadcast and film productions business for 12 years and taught TV production at the School of Visual Arts, at the same time working in his motorcycle custom shop. Easy Rider. After his father's death, he made a major decision about his future when he became a novice monk at St. Catherine's Monastery in Sinai, Egypt. Not one to neglect his educational goals, he later enrolled in Kingsborough Community College and Brooklyn College, majoring in psychology and philosophy. He completed a Bachelor of Arts degree, majoring in Byzantine and Modern Greek Studies at Queens College. He attended St. Vladimir's Orthodox Seminary and the Holy Cross Greek Orthodox Seminary and achieved a Master's in Divinity degree. At that time, he was ordained a deacon by Archbishop Demetrius. His pastoral duties began at his home parish, Three Hierarchs Church in Brooklyn. From there, he served at the Archdiocesan Cathedral of the Holy Trinity, where he was ordained to the priesthood by Bishop Savas in 2005. He taught religion and computer education at the Cathedral School and became the Archdiocesan chaplain of all the hospitals and nursing homes in the area. In 2010, he was reassigned to St. John the Baptist in Manhattan, where he was elevated a few years later to the position of Archimandrite by Archbishop Demetrius. In 2015, he presented a weekly program on New Greek TV called Spiritual Enlightenment. He has also appeared as a guest in several other media programs, including Matters of Conscience at Cosmos FM, where I had the pleasure of meeting him several years ago. In 2020, he entered retirement. It is my great honor to be in the presence of this proud Castorian soldier, teacher, and priest who has dedicated his life to his nation, his students, and his church. Very Reverend Father, we thank you. And at this moment, I would like to introduce you to come up and speak.
I wanted to start with this.
I have to thank him for that because that's the whole story. I don't need to say any more. You know, goodbye.
That's what I did.
It's close, but it's not. My glasses. I put bold type because my eyes are going as usual. But esteemed members of the Society of Castoria, of Castorians, Executive Board, Board members, benefactors, Scholarship Committee benefactors, and also benevolent ladies society, distinguished guests, students, and their families, and also my dearly beloved brother in Christ, Father Nick, who I love dearly. He's a good man. It is an honor to be present today at the 82nd Annual Scholarship Award of 2025 and to offer a few words of encouragement to the scholarship recipients and their families. Throughout my life, God has allowed me to experience many things, some good and some not so good. However, whatever they may be, good or bad, they presented me with specific problems that I had to overcome in order to move forward. That was what I hope you can take away from today's speech and lecture that I'm giving to you. As many of you know, my father, as you said before, was a furrier and came from Castoria. As a young boy, during my summer breaks from school, I learned the fur trade at a young age. It was both, for me, a great joy to travel to New York City every day with him and seeing many of my relatives and family friends in the market, in the marqueta, as we call it. Due to a medical problem, our doctor suggested that I leave the fur business for my health. I was very disappointed, but I understood that I had to stop. I had allergies to fur. Not a good thing in the fur business. During that time in Vietnam, it was the time during Vietnam was underway when I was drafted in the United States Army during my senior year in high school. And after graduating, I served 2 years as a combat engineer. When I returned from Vietnam, I was 22 years old. I started working in the electronics field. And a family relative, which you probably know, Mr. Harry Kumis, another custodian, helped me find a job in an electronics retail store in Manhattan that he did business with. After being there for some time, I was recruited by a television broadcasting company and traveled all over the United States, filming and recording different major industries and businesses. One of the businesses we filmed was a Prudential Life insurance company located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They hired us to record their top insurance salesman of the year. He sold more million-dollar executive insurance policies than any other salesman. Not only this year that we were there, but for the past 3 years, which is an accomplishment in itself. We were all very impressed with him. And you could see why he did so well. Every evening, after the day of shooting, we all went to dinner. Since I was a sound engineer on the job, it was my responsibility to make sure that the sound quality was as perfect and without extraneous sound and noise. So I had to listen very, very closely and attentively. At dinner after 3 days, he asked us if we noted anything different about his speech pattern. Everyone looked at him and each other and shrugged their shoulders. Even I, who had listened so attentively, couldn't find anything wrong. Well, he said, I stutter very badly. And because of that, I knew it would be very detrimental to my success in whatever I did. He had a hard time in school. All the kids made fun of him at that time. So you consider this guy with this such severe stutter received top honors in salesman for 3 years in a row. How could this be possible? A stutter, and badly. So what did he do? Something that he did was ingenious. He decided to write down every word that made him stutter and use synonyms in place of them. So in essence, he developed his own lexicon dictionary of useful words that would not let him stutter. This is what I want you to think about in your lives as you continue on your path for success. I want you to think about what this man did to overcome the problem that he had. Don't let stumbling blocks stop you from achieving your goals, either in further education or in your careers. Do not let problems paralyze you so you think that you can't overcome them. What he did, and to look logically at the problem, he did find a way to conquer them. There is a saying in the military that states, adapt and conquer. If you want to find solutions to any problem, do not doubt, or your emotions will pull you away from finding the answers. During my career, I traveled to many wonderful places and experienced marvelous things that others had no idea about. For instance, IBM, GE, Xerox, Bell Labs, just to name a few. I took from them something that would help me in my life and career. At each place, I realized that success took time and it was not as an immediate journey. At Bell Labs, I saw some of the first lasers. At each lab, there were bookshelves of hundreds of loose leaves, all the same color, with different labels. So being so curious, I asked the scientist, what do these books have in them? And he answered, these are notes of experiments that did not prove a solution we were looking for. Every place I went, I realized that success was not a one-time event. Over and over again, they were all trying to achieve a successful goal, but was not successful until they finally reached the answer that they were looking for. So lessons learned and adapt and conquer you were always moving forward and will not bring disappointment, but will help you to continue the search for answers and that you are looking for. God has allowed me to experience and travel through many different careers, but through them all, I had no idea that He was with me all the time. In Vietnam, the broadcast television business, in the motorcycle business, and in just life itself, He was there. I realized that day when my father fell asleep in the Lord, and then my life changed. It was then that I decided to do what I was always in my heart to do. But because I was afraid of dealing with my own fears, I didn't. I was dyslexic. And reading, at times, looked like hieroglyphics to me. And I managed by very successful in many areas throughout my life. With all the experiences and conversations with many brilliant individuals, I couldn't find the will to face my own shortcomings. We all take the easy path and less resistance, and hesitate when it comes to doing what will humble us because of our inabilities. Through God's grace, my dyslexia went away the day my father fell asleep in the Lord. However, it came back when my father was buried 3 days later. However, it came back differently, not as before. It was then that I realized what determination and suffering through my own inabilities, I could overcome it. With the help of my family, I returned to help the church in my lifetime. And it was always in my heart to do, but was defeated by my own fear to achieve it. Remember that. As a result, I persevered and attained 3 universities, colleges, 2 seminaries, and became a novice in Egypt at St. Catherine's Monastery on the Sinai Peninsula, 2 different years. Upon graduating from Holy Cross Seminary, I was assigned, as you know, to Archdiocesan Cathedral of the Holy Trinity in New York as the second priest with Father Robert Stephanopoulos. It was all my experiences in my life that were used to glory God and to edify the church. I taught at the school, computer education, religious education. I managed the Sunday broadcasts on the TV of all the services, and I became chaplain of all the hospitals and nursing homes in Manhattan. My experiences in my life with God were used to help me and myself and his people to grow in faith. Finally, remember, adapt and conquer, and be like the salesman who dreamed big. Through all the face that he had to face and unsurmountable odds, take risks, fail forward, learn from your mistakes, and celebrate your successes, while always thanking God for his mercy and grace throughout your life. There is one thing that I have to add. There are 3 attributes that the fathers of the church coined to be of why Christ chose fishermen in the beginning. All of us custodians know that we fish. We fish in the lake, Ilimni, which I love. We all have boats, little vapores. I love them. So Christ chose those people. Why? He chose them because they had 3 attributes. Those 3 attributes are, and still are, and you have to remember. I call it PCP. It's not a drug. PCP. Patience, courage, and persistence. If you do all those, patience, you have to go out all the time and sit there in the boat and hope. When we used to go with my father on the Long Island Sound with our little rowboat, and we would fish all day in Oyster Bay, at the Oyster Bay Hotel. You may know, that was my father's cousin. We used to go there and have a beautiful time, but always go out. And we'd sit there and fish, quiet. That's patience. Hopefully, you'll catch something. Courage is when one year the storm came over from Connecticut. And as it was coming over the Sound, my father saw it, and he turned around and he told me to guide the boat. I said, okay, Pop. I turned around, I faced the front of the bow of the ship, and he rowed all the way back. Mr. Kala Vasily, nah, Kalai, Mr. Okay. Keep going. Smoking his pipe. It was black. It was a storm coming. Bad storm. So he kept rowing and rowing. My sister, I turned around, I could see her. She was on the shore with my mother, hoping we would come back because they had this storm warning. Who knows what was going to happen? So we get up on shore. That's what fishermen have to face. And that's what you have to face. That's why you need courage all the time. So you need those 3. And remember, patience, persistence. Even though you don't do well, even though something happens to you in your life, get up, have breakfast, whatever you're going to do, go out and do it again. That's what Sadat Mata is. And that's what you are doing. You are fishing all the time. And because you're fishing all the time, you have to remember, you're going to have good days. How many days when I went back to school? I went back to school after I came back from Sinai, and I went back to college. How many days did I go home, or during tests, I couldn't even hold the pen. I was sweating so much to write in those blue books that I thought were going to kill me. But I did. I found a way. I tied rubber bands around them. They didn't have those pens with the rubber on them. I had the rubber bands so my hand wouldn't slip down. I pushed so hard I put holes in the paper. That's how nervous I was. But I made it. I made the Dean's List. I made the Golden Key National Honor Society. I made all these things with dyslexia. I took books home with me over the summer and read the books. Vacations were small, but I read all the time. I read all the time. If you want to do something, you want to get over something, don't let this world, which does not like you, because it wants you to fail, do not let it. Get up every day, have PCP, courage, Persistence, courage, and patience. Have those three, and you will grow. So thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity that I will never forget and always be proud. And I am proud of my heritage and being called a custodian. What?
And this is unfold it into a test. I'd like to present this to Father Africa Committee and for all this done and for the inspiration series again. I don't know if at this point in his life we should say Axios, but
That's all. Yes, see, that's kind of.
what's he doing? Alan, so that able to like to name also the picture.
Oh, yes.
I just my son, other members, other members, they no, I think just for he doesn't committee member, that mark, and I'm saying it. Dumpling, I think in the sweetness. You take that right, says you thank you, Father. That's how it's by race, but
The plane, the bridge, and then the waste is.
I escaped it. Come on. You'll sweat, please. I'm going to war. Don't make
Did it say a couple of words?
right now. But I did not.
Unfortunately, our Archbishop Elpidophoros could not make it today. However, we have a representative from the Archdiocese, Father Nicholas Paros. I would like to invite him to deliver a few words.
I think with this. This is a good guy. But that's
Good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations, Father Vasilio, on well-deserved award. A man that has given so many years of his talent to the Omogenia overall here in New York and many other places, of course. Congratulations to our scholarship recipients. Unfortunately, His Eminence Archbishop Elpidophoros couldn't be with you today. He has you in his prayers, and he sends his regards and blessings, of course, for everything that you're doing as a society. Of course, supporting education, supporting different ministries within our Omogenia. It's not easy to continue to support these causes, but supporting education and these children, of course, and like Father Vasilio said, you need that persistence, that courage, that patience, and sometimes you have different obstacles, sometimes financial, sometimes different supports that you may not have. Having society as yourself supporting these children, these students is really amazing, and I hope our Lord gives you many more years and have many more fruitful years and blessings to continue to do the work that you do for all of us and our community as a whole. May God bless you. Congratulations to all.
Thank you. That's me to use for that. Well, thank you. You meant to the plan. Bye. He was thank you.
I would like to ask the electronics control there, the director, Stamatis, do we have on Zoom our guests from Greece? Έχουμε τον κυβερνήτη, τον αντιπεριφερειάρχη της Καστοριάς, τον κύριο Δημήτρη Σαββόπουλο. Αγαπητέ Δημήτρη, καλώς ήρθες στην 62η τελετή απονομής υποτροφιών του Συλλόγου Καστοριαίων Ομόνια. Θα θέλαμε να σας παρακαλέσουμε να απευθύνετε ένα χαιρετισμό προς τους ομογενείς και τους Καστοριανούς.
Καλησπέρα σε όλους.
Καλησπέρα.
Δημήτρης, για δεύτερη φορά στην πολύ όμορφη εκδήλωση που κάνετε εκεί στη Νέα Υόρκη. Θέλω να σας συγχαρώ για την πραγματικά αυτή πολύ όμορφη εκδήλωση που μας δίνετε τη δυνατότητα να την παρακολουθήσουμε διαδικτυακά. Και θέλω να σας ευχαριστήσω για μια ακόμη φορά για όλα όσα έχετε προσφέρει σε αυτή την πολύ όμορφη πατρίδα σας, που εσείς, επειδή είστε και μακριά, βέβαια Ζαχαρία, εσένα έχουμε τη δυνατότητα να σας βλέπουμε πιο τακτικά, όπως και τον Πρόεδρο. Ευχαριστούμε πραγματικά για όλες τις δράσεις τις οποίες κάνετε στην Περιφερειακή Ενότητα Καστοριάς και πραγματικά σας αξίζουν πολλά συγχαρητήρια. Η Καστοριά μας ζει αρκετά δύσκολα χρόνια τα τελευταία χρόνια. Το βλέπετε άλλωστε κι εσείς στις επισκέψεις που κάνετε όλα αυτά τα χρόνια, αλλά θέλω να σας διαβεβαιώσω ότι πιστεύω ότι από εδώ και πέρα θα δούμε καλύτερες μέρες, ενωμένοι όλοι μαζί, όλοι οι αυτοδιοικητικοί, οι βουλευτές, ο Περιφερειάρχης, ο Μητροπολίτης μας, όλοι οι θεσμικοί φορείς, οφείλουμε να ενώσουμε δυνάμεις γιατί πραγματικά ζούμε σε έναν πανέμορφο τόπο, ο οποίος έχει πολλά να δώσει σε όλους τους Καστοριανούς. Να είστε πάντα καλά, καλή χρονιά να έχουμε. Θα είμαστε πάντοτε στο πλευρό σας και επαναλαμβάνω, σας ευχαριστώ για μια ακόμη φορά, γιατί έχετε προσφέρει πάρα πολλά στην ιδιαίτερη πατρίδα σας. Να είστε πάντα καλά.
Εμείς ευχαριστούμε, Δημήτρη, να είστε πάντα καλά. Καλή χρονιά. Καλή χρονιά. Not yet. Okay. I would like to invite Dimitri Tsatis, who
No, I'll do it. It's okay.
I would like to invite Dimitri Stratis to deliver a few words, since he is a past scholarship recipient. He's a young attorney in the city of New York. And Dimitri, would you please take the podium and say a few words?
Thank you, sir. And I take the very kind words. I wanted to congratulate the recipients of this year's scholarship awards, not only for receiving the scholarships, but also for the good work that you have done in pursuing and maintaining your academic careers. Scholarship recipients, I'd advise you to take a moment to remember the obstacles that you had to overcome to get here today, in order to get where you are and reflect both on your personal growth and the lessons that you have learned. As Father just said right now, in the same way that there is no salvation without temptation, there is no education without hardship. To paraphrase what the great Pan-Hellenic orator Isocrates once said, the root of education is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Throughout the ages, our culture has viewed education as a pillar for virtue in our society. I expect the best from all of you, and I know that you will go on and have successful and fulfilling careers. I also want to reflect on the fact that this is a wonderful opportunity that can't be taken for granted. It's hard to encompass in a few words the sheer effort and sacrifice expended by the Castorian Society over more than 60 decades in maintaining our values, traditions, and our faith. The community is blessed for the generosity and open-handed nature of this society in providing scholarships to students. The society has done this for decades in recognition of the importance of higher education, not only for the better development of the youth, but the betterment of our community. This is just one of the steps the society has been taking, as over the last few years it has been hosting more and more events for young professionals and the Castorian youth in the hopes that we can maintain and continue our community. I can say this about all those networking events because I've been at this point to almost every single one of them. I say this because I want you to use your scholarships well. Not only for your education, go with a willing heart in the years to come. But I ask also that you remember this society and that one day you come back and that you participate in it. I owe a lot to this society. I practically grew up in this building. I remember sitting with my grandparents here when I was very young. They had soccer always blazing on the screen right over there. Arniopita and Tiropita and the Good Days on the side. Years in the Castorian dance group. Wonderful dances performed at conventions and events. I remember the friends that I made, the wonderful experiences that I had, and I recall with gratitude twice to the generosity of this society in awarding me the scholarship, once in college and once when I was in my last year of law school. I stayed put after that. I found my own little ways of helping out and becoming part of this community. You'll be sure to find me holding the society banner on Greek Independence Day parade, and with a blue sash around my coat. It's part of my identity, and I hope to continue to maintain its mission in my own way. St. John Chrysostom once said that order and harmony in society arises from the creative guidance and the giving of real responsibility to posterity. This is a call for you and for all of the Castorian youth. The time's coming that we're going to take our position in this community, to inherit the institutions that were left in place for us, and to maintain the mission in our own day. Thank you all. We have anybody?
Έχουμε στη συνέχεια τον Σεβασμιότατο Επίσκοπο Καστοριάς, κύριο Καλίνικο. Σεβασμιότατε, καλώς ήρθατε στην 62η τελετή απονομής υποτροφιών του Συλλόγου Καστοριών Ομόνια. Θα σας χρόνια πολλά και καλή χρονιά. να προσεύχεστε για μας. Σας παρακαλούμε αν μπορείτε να μας μεταφέρετε τις ευλογίες σας και μερικούς χαιρετισμούς για την εκδήλωσή μας.
Χαίρετε, είμαι ο Μητροπολίτης Καλίνικος Καστορίας, για όσους δεν έχουμε γνωριστεί ακόμα. Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ που με καλέσατε να χαιρετήσω την εκδήλωση επίδοσης υποτροφιών. Είναι τιμή μου που μου δίνει την ευκαιρία να ευλογήσω και να τα καλά σας παιδιά, τους καλούς σας φοιτητές. Θέλω να ευχηθώ καλή και ευλογημένη χρονιά σε όλους τους ομογενείς Καστοριανούς. Να μνημονεύσω εσάς κύριε Ζαχαρία, τον πρόεδρό σας κύριο Χρήστο Γιώβη, την κυρία Τούλα Καλαπούτη, τον κύριο Δαμιανό Σόκη και άλλους τους οποίους έχω γνωρίσει, αλλά νομίζω αυτή είναι η πρόεδρή σας. Ιδιαίτερες ευχές στους φοιτητές και στους υποτρόφους του Συλλόγου Ομόνια, του αγαπητού Συλλόγου Ομόνια, τους οποίους θυμίζω και είδα ότι και εσείς θυμήσατε τους λόγους αυτούς του Αγίου Γρηγορίου του Θεολόγου. Όσοι έχουν νου ομολογούν ότι η παιδεία είναι το πρώτο από τα αγαθά που έχει ο άνθρωπος. Και το λόγο άκουσα που είπε ο προλαλής σας του Δημοσθένους ότι η ρίζα της παιδείας είναι πικρή, αλλά η καρπή της είναι γλυκής. Και αυτό το επαναλαμβάνουν όλοι οι Έλληνες σοφοί. Και ο Σωκράτης που έλεγε ότι ποιο από τα όντα είναι το καλύτερο που υπάρχει, και απαντάει ο ίδιος, τον ρώτησαν, ο πεπαιδευμένος άνθρωπος. Χαίρομαι λοιπόν ιδιαίτερα για την παιδεία την οποία καλλιεργείται εκεί στην Αμερική. Πολλοί φοιτητές από την Ελλάδα ονειρεύονται να έρθουν και να σπουδάσουν στο κέντρο έρευνας που είναι η Αμερική, που είναι ο νέος κόσμος. Για εσάς, για τους φοιτητές, για εσάς τους φοιτητές, είναι το σπίτι σας. Και αυτό είναι μια πολύ μεγάλη ευκαιρία και μια πολύ μεγάλη ευλογία. Εφέτος χαρήκαμε ιδιαίτερως για τη συμμετοχή των ομογενών στη Κυριακή των Αποδήμων που έχει καθιερώσει εδώ στη Καστοριά η Μητρόπολη μας, η Μητρόπολη Καστοριάνς. Ήταν αυτό που κάναμε και αυτό που κάνουμε ένα μικρό ευχαριστώ στη πολύ μεγάλη προσφορά του συλλόγου σας Ομόνια στην Καστοριά και στην Ιερά Μητρόπολη, η οποία Μητρόπολη έχει αναλάβει ένα πολυεπίπεδο αγώνα για να στηρίξει τις ευπαθείς ομάδες των συμπολιτών μας. Τα πράγματα στην Καστοριά δεν είναι πολύ καλά. Ο πληθυσμός μειώνεται, τα σχολεία κλείνουν το ένα μετά το άλλο και κυρίως αυτό οφείλεται στην ανεργία. Γι' αυτό και ο Σύλλογος Ομόνιας σε αυτή τη δύσκολη εποχή είναι ο μεγαλύτερος ευεργέτης για τη Μητρόπολη μας, ο οποίος στηρίζει το Συσίτιο και το Γενικό Φιλόπτωχο Ταμείο και γι' αυτό σας ευγνωμονούμε και σας ευχαριστούμε και εγώ προσωπικά μέσα από την καρδιά μου. Σας ευχαριστώ και εύχομαι ο Κύριος μας Ιησούς Χριστός, στον οποίο έχουμε αφιερώσει η Μητρόπολη μας το νέο έτος 2025, με τις πρεσβείες του Αγίου Μινά, της Αγίας Σοφίας της Κλεισούρας και του Αγίου Καλλινίκου, του οποίου έχω το όνομα, να ευλογεί εσάς και τα παιδιά σας. Και θα πω μια παράξενη ευχή. Ο Άγιος Καλλίνικος Εδέσης, Μητροπολίτης Εδέσης, όταν κάποιο παιδί πήγαινε να πάρει την ευχή του για να έρθει στην Αμερική, να ταξιδέψει στο εξωτερικό στην Αμερική, του ευχόταν να είσαι αλήθωρος, δηλαδή να κοιτά τα μάτια αλλού. Και λέει, όταν το ρωτούσαν σεβασμιότατα, τι ευχή είναι αυτή που δίνεται σε εμάς τα παιδιά, και έλεγε ο Άγιος Καλλίνικος, ναι, με το ένα μάτι να κοιτάτε στην Αμερική και με το άλλο μάτι να κοιτάτε στην πατρίδα σας, την Ελλάδα, την Καστοριά. Δεν θέλω να καταφραστώ το χρόνο σας. Μέσα από την καρδιά μου ένα μεγάλο ευχαριστώ στο Σύλλογο Ομόνια και σε όλα τα μέλη ονομαστικά. Με πολλές ευλογίες μέσα από την καρδιά μου στα καλά σας παιδιά και στους φοιτητές, και αυτό που θα ευχηθώ είναι να ειδωθούμε πάλι από κοντά. Χαίρετε, καλή και ευλογημένη χρονιά.
Σας ευχαριστούμε πολύ σεβασμιότατα και την ευλογία σας και πάλι. Καλή χρονιά.
Something else coming on, no, you're afraid to go. So I'm going to introduce John's gonna come up. John, introduce him, or should I introduce?
And now we're going to hear from Blake Lambros Georgiadis. He was our top essay this year. He's going to say a few words to us.
First, I want to thank the Custodian Society for the opportunity to apply for the scholarship, obviously get it, and also read my essay here today. Growing up, my father always told me, "You have no idea how lucky you are to be Greek." He was right. Being born and raised in America, I did not know enough about my Greek heritage. It wasn't until the summer of 2022 when I visited Greece for the first time that I felt Greek. During that trip, I was supposed to go to Kastoria with my father, but unfortunately I fell ill with bronchitis, and I had to stay in Athens with my great aunt, Thea Katerina. I was devastated, but I vowed to make it there as soon as possible. In the meantime, I would explore my Kastorian roots at home. My father, Dimitrios Georgiadis, moved to the United States at the age of 14. He put himself through high school by working in the fur industry, then created his own company, which he turned into a multi-million-dollar business. He always spoke about the beauty and significance of fur, that it was a rich tradition in his hometown in Greece, but all of that sounded so far away. I grew up in the New Jersey suburbs, where none of the other kids' parents were furriers. All it meant to me was that my siblings and I could wear fox skins hats and play tag. As a child, being Kastorian meant gigantes plaki and eating fish with the bones in it. Around a decade later, COVID hit, and I was forced to move back home from college. I was devastated that my first taste of freedom was revoked. When regulations had calmed down, I moved to New York City. Like my father in his youth, I began working full-time to support myself. Perhaps it was being 19 years old or living at a time when everything felt on the brink of disaster, but I began to think deeply about what I wanted to do with my life. I began writing as a hobby then, but it soon became my life. I devoted 4 hours a day to my craft for 2 years. I grew irritated by my lack of progress. That was when I decided to apply to Columbia. Upon acceptance, I chose to study English, where I had to read the works of Homer, Plato, Aristotle, etc. This lit a fire underneath my writing chair. I wished to read all of Greek literature and philosophy in order to translate the themes and traditions into my own work. Through my writing, I've learned that if I love something, I must love it properly by devoting time, attention, and care to it. I've seen my writing progress over the years because of this principle. I've fallen in love with everything that is Greek, and I want to devote the same act of loving that I've given my writing to learning about my heritage. In fact, I plan on marrying the two. Whether it's drawing on antiquity or writing in the Greek language, my passions will coexist on every page. But as I continue to write stories, I reached a roadblock. What makes me unique as a Greek, as a Kastorian? I pondered this for a while, and I found that my mind kept drifting back to my youth. Memories of all the times my father drove me to soccer practice and drilled into me the history of our people. He explained how we were Pontic Greeks, an ethnic group that was slaughtered and exiled during the fall of the Ottoman Empire. The Pontics spread throughout Europe, and my grandparents ended up in Kastoria. I recounted this story to my father, and when I finished, he replied, "That's why you're a fighter. It's in your blood." When the storm is over, the heavy clouds break and the sun lights the earth, so did my father's words illuminate my mind. Yes, I'm American, but I'm also Kastorian, and so many of the decisions I've made in my life can be attributed to being raised by a Kastorian father. Despite its recent criticism, my father continues to persevere in the fur industry, fighting for a tradition that once made Kastoria one of the wealthiest cities in Greece. He spent a lifetime developing his vision, refining his skills, and building a successful career because he was true to who he was. I am doing the same as a writer. Like Telemachus searching for his father Odysseus, I had to understand my father before I could fully understand myself. I yearn to walk around Lake Oristiada with my father and hear stories of how he grew up. I wish to preserve this glorious city and its legacy by incorporating it into my writing. The day will come when my desires will be fulfilled, but for now, I must earn my degree. Luckily, I don't have to get onto a plane to feel closer to my roots. I can get involved with the Castorian Society. I'm looking forward to volunteering at events and possibly getting involved with writing opportunities that will benefit the organization. To find a community at the Castorian Society with those like myself would instill a sense of pride akin to what I feel when I read the beautiful verses of Homer. I can honestly say that I know how lucky I am to be a Castorian.
And now I'm going to call up Father Pasakiros. We're going to start, Pasakiros, I'm sorry, to start giving out the scholarship recipients and certificates.
First one.
Maxine Elizabeth or Georgiadis.
Listen,
Mrs. Tula Kalaputis, if you...
Next.
Oh, okay, wait. Yeah, I'm sorry. 1 second. We have a brother and sister recipient this year. Blake Lambros Georgiadis. Dimitri, you heard what he said, right? You're going to keep him in check to come and volunteer?
I'm just going to focus on it. Yeah.
Mazi.
Yeah, come on. Let's see what they look at it. Let's do like this.
Tula Katin.
Yeah, simple. They suggest it. I'm going to go. You're not. No kind of effort to start.
Put your certificate.
Right. Do it. Wait. Do it. Like that.
The next two recipients cannot be here with us today. They had to go back to school, but we have representatives from the families. They're joining us via Zoom.
All representatives from families? Okay. The next award goes to Alexandra Gougoussis. Accepting on her behalf should be Mrs. Pepi Tassopoulos. Errant.
Yes, Tommy B. Getting big to make pictures. I'm going to go out there for with you. It's good. Yes, I'm going to never have. Don't show me things of it. That's a good guy. The start of my 48. The start of my 48 that it was. Yet the tao was a night for him. For extra spending for that. Substitute. They don't get that custody yet.
Thank
you.
Show.
I'm not sure. Is there anybody here for Lenny Papadopoulos? Oh, I'm not.
Mikes. Get put you.
Go ahead.
Kyrios Kotsidis.
There she is. She's on.
Oh, she's on. Hi, Eleni. Welcome and congratulations on your scholarship.
Thank you so much.
I think your grandfather will be accepting on your behalf
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Please say a few words about yourself and our society.
I'm Eleni Papadopoulos. I'm currently a student at Syracuse University. I'm studying chemistry on the pre-medical track. I would like to thank the Scholarship Committee and the Historian Society for this scholarship and also supporting my educational endeavors. I would also like to thank my parents, my grandparents for always pushing me to achieve these goals. So thank you again.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, never. But what's now? That's something very not neat. But you're going to
And now I'd like to have Miss Mary Salas.
Go for that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's been okay.
Miss Mary Salas is the principal of Williams Paropolis School, and she will be presenting the awards for the other parochial schools.
It gives me great pleasure, and it's a big honor to present the awards to our parochial schools. Miss Costantino Koulouriotis from the St. Demetrius Greek Americans.
Thank you very much. And thank you all very much. I just want to say a few words. I'm honored to be here in front of you all today. I just want to thank the custodians for their kindness and generosity and support. Education is the bridge that brings us to achieve all our goals. And with this support, I know that I just really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Thanks. You're retired, good at it? Are your parents here?
Yeah, please, please join us.
Yeah.
Elena Perdalis from the Williams Paropolis School and of Castorian descent.
That's why I asked you to third time.
Γεια σας, είμαι η Έλενα Παρδάλη, μαθήτρια της 8ης τάξης του σχολείου Βασίλειο Σπυρόπουλου στο Φλάσινγκ. Ζω στο Bayside με τους γονείς μου και τα 2 μικρότερα αδέρφια μου. Το αγαπημένο μου σχολικό μάθημα είναι τα μαθηματικά. Ο στόχος μου είναι να συνεχίσω να εργάζομαι σκληρά και να φοιτήσω σε ένα άριστο πανεπιστήμιο. Θα προτιμούσα να μείνω στη Νέα Υόρκη για να είμαι κοντά στην ελληνική κοινότητα. Όταν τελειώσω τις σπουδές μου, θα ήθελα να γίνω δερματολόγος, ώστε να μπορώ να βοηθάω τους ανθρώπους να φαίνονται και να νιώθουν καλύτερα. Είμαι ευγνώμων που επιλέχθηκα να λάβω υποτροφία από τον Σύλλογο Καστοριανών. Είμαι περήφανη που αχωρίζεις από την όμορφη Καστοριά και ανυπομονώ να επισκεφτώ τα χωριά των παππούδων μου και πάλι αυτό το καλοκαίρι. Σας ευχαριστώ και εύχομαι ένα υπέροχο 2025.
Goes forward and more, so it's like in that it, then put you then it after it cut down of the one.
Maria Sotiriadis from the Aphantis Parochial School. I think her assistant principal that's here too, so if she can join the family.
Hi, my name is Marissa Shiradas, and I'm an 8th grade student at Aphantis School. I'd like to thank the Society for this generous scholarship and for supporting me and other students in their academic endeavors. Thank you. Thank you.
Theodore Tsugranis from the Greek American Institute.
That's it. Did that.
I'd like to say a few words. My name is Theodore Tsugranis, and I live in the Bronx and go to school at the Greek American Institute, where a very tight-knit community is present. I play hockey on a team called the Rye Rangers, and I have a great passion for it. I believe it teaches me valuable lessons such as discipline, time management, and develops a hard work ethic in me that helps me achieve this honor of the scholarship. I'd like to thank several people, such as my tutor, Ms. Lachopoulos, my family, and of course the Society's custodians, for both the chance to meet such a great group of people and a scholarship that expands farther than just the money. My father is Greek, and whether it's the tight-knit Greek community at my school, the traditions on holidays, or even going back to Greece to visit family, I have always been immersed in Greek culture, and I believe that this scholarship will always remind me of the culture so dear to me that has helped me progress as a student for so long.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Family?
Smile me. You. But. The fifth. It's just got good. Yes. Yes. What the whole village? I am the Nico and Mastrilis, the case was not the stress. But that phone takes the base. We are sure it's like, come up with us tonight. And that, so it is both. But yeah, I thought the hands. Done that. The dogs was really good. As the people there, fantastic.
Συγχαρητήρια και σανότερα.
Από το κοντρόλ μας ειδοποιούν ότι έχουμε από την Ελλάδα την κυρία Μαρία Αντωνίου και τον εκπρόσωπο του Δημάρχου Καστοριάς, τον κύριο Μακρύδη, για ένα σύντομο χαιρετισμό.
Μαρία, να ξεκινήσω.
Καλησπέρα Μαρία, καλή χρονιά, αν και τα είπαμε από κοντά εμείς.
Καλή χρονιά σε όλους. Σας ευχαριστώ θερμά που συμμετέχω σε αυτή τη γιορτή σήμερα της Καστοριανής Ομογένειας. Θέλω να σας συγχαρώ, αγαπητέ Ζαχαρία, πρόεδρε του Συλλόγου Ομόνοιας, αγαπητέ φίλοι, συμπατριώτες και συμπατριώτες, Έλληνες της Διασποράς, Καστοριανοί της Διασποράς. Είμαι ιδιαίτερα συγκινημένη που για ακόμα μία χρονιά, έστω διαδικτυακά, δεν είναι εύκολο. Θα ήθελα να ήμουν πολύ εκεί, αλλά ήμουνα το καλοκαίρι πάλι στις υποτροφίες που έδωσε ο Σύλλογος Καστοριανών Νέας Υόρκης εδώ στην Καστοριά, στα παιδιά που αρίστευσαν, τους Καστοριανούς, και χαίρομαι πάρα πολύ που για μια ακόμα χρονιά, για 62η χρονιά, αυτός ο Σύλλογος βραβεύει τους νέους και τις νέες που έχουν καταφέρει πράγματα, έχουν καταφέρει να εισαχθούν στα πανεπιστήμια, που προσδίδει στη γνώση τους, και θέλω να συγχαρώ και τους νέους και τις νέες μας που τους άκουσα με πάρα πολύ συγκίνηση να μας λένε σημαντικά πράγματα από την αγάπη τους για την Πατρόα Γη. Χαίρομαι ιδιαίτερα που τους άκουσα και χαίρομαι επίσης που αυτός ο Σύλλογος Ομόνοιας, με την πολυσχηδή δράση του συνεχίζει και στηρίζει αυτούς τους δεσμούς της ομογένειας, τους δεσμούς μεταξύ των Καστοριανών, και δίνει με διάφορους τρόπους τον αγώνα για να κρατήσει αυτούς τους δεσμούς ισχυρούς. και στην Καστοριά, κάνοντας πάρα πολλά πράγματα. Θέλω να σας ευχαριστήσω για μία ακόμα φορά για αυτή την τεράστια προσφορά που έχει αυτός από 114 χρόνια σύλλογος Καστοριαίων Νέας Υόρκης. Είχα τη χαρά και την τιμή να σας επισκεφτώ την προηγούμενη χρονιά. Ευελπιστώ πιθανά και φέτος να έχουμε την ευκαιρία. Να συγχαρώ λοιπόν όλους τους νέους που σήμερα τους βραβεύετε, που σήμερα παίρνουν αυτό το εφόδιο από τον Σύλλογο Καστοριαίων, να συνεχίσουν την πορεία τους, γιατί η γνώση είναι κάτι που δεν μπορεί κανένας να σου το πάρει, είναι κάτι που αποκτάς και το κρατάς, το έχεις μια ζωή, και εκεί πρέπει να συνεχίσουμε να στηρίζουμε τα παιδιά μας για την απόκτηση της γνώσης, έτσι ώστε να πετύχουν τους στόχους τους. Και να πω μια φράση του ονείρου κλείνοντας: του ομήρου πάντα να αριστεύεις, να ξεπερνάς τους άλλους, να τιμάς το πατρικό σου γένος. Εύχομαι λοιπόν στις νέες και στους νέους που σήμερα βραβεύονται πάντα να προοδεύουν και να μην σταματήσουν να βαδίζουν αυτόν τον ανηφορικό δρόμο της επιτυχίας και της προκοπής. Καλή χρονιά λοιπόν σε όλους, με υγεία, δημιουργικότητα και προκοπή σε όλες και σε όλους εσάς και στις οικογένειές σας. Σας ευχαριστώ θερμά που είχαμε τη δυνατότητα να τα...
Εμείς σας ευχαριστούμε, Μαρία. Καλή χρονιά. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ. One of our recipients, Maxime,
I'm sorry, next year was
would like to say a few words.
a chance to say it. Good afternoon, distinguished members of the Castorian Society and honored guests. I'm truly humbled and grateful to stand before you tonight as a recipient of this scholarship. My name is Maxine Elizabeth Georgiadis, and I'm a junior at Marist College. I am majoring in business administration with a focus on entrepreneurship and a minor in graphic design. I've always been deeply inspired by my heritage, and it brings me great pride to continue a legacy of involvement in this esteemed society, which has meant so much to my family, especially my father, who comes to Castoria and has been a member for many years. My aspirations include combining my passion for real estate, interior design, and business to create spaces that inspire and connect people. I'm actively involved in several clubs on campus, including the Business Club, Women in Business, Best Buddies, and the NRFSA. These clubs have enriched my journey as a student and future entrepreneur. I am truly honored to be a part of this community and excited to give back by embracing and celebrating our shared heritage in all I do. Thank you to the members of the Castorian Society for this incredible opportunity. Your generosity and belief in the next generation makes a lasting difference in our lives. This award is a reminder of the strength and unity of our community and inspires me to work hard, stay connected, and honor our heritage through my actions. I am deeply thankful for your support and look forward to giving back to this remarkable society in the years to come. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
The other recipient that was not able to join us, Alexandra Gugutsis, is online with us now. She's going to say a few words.
Yeah, there are stuck here. Perfect.
Ωραία.
Now, you know,
Έχουμε κοντά μας, μέχρι να έχουμε επανασύνδεση με τη Δεσποινίδα Γουγούση, τον κύριο Μακρύδη, ο οποίος είναι αντιπρόσωπος του Δημάρχου Καστοριάς, του κυρίου Κορεντσίδη. Κύριε Μακρύδη, καλώς ήρθατε στην 62η απονομή υποτροφιών. Ξέρουμε ότι είστε εκπαιδευτικός και σχετικός έχετε σχέση με το αντικείμενο της γνώσης. Θα σας παρακαλέσουμε να μας πείτε να κάνετε ορισμένα remarks. Δεν σας ακούμε, νομίζω έχετε βάλει το μικρόφωνο στο mute. Για μιλήστε. Δεν σας ακούμε, όχι, δεν σας ακούμε. Τώρα σας ακούμε.
Ναι, καλησπέρα και από μένα. Ευχαριστώ και για τα λόγια σας. Είμαι εκπρόσωπος του Δημάρχου Καστοριάς Γιάννη Κορετζίδη. Θα ήθελα να σε ευχηθώ από καρδιάς χρόνια πολλά και υγεία και πολλές όμορφες στιγμές μέσα στο 2025. Να είναι το 2025 ένα καλύτερο, δικαιότερο και πιο ειρηνικό έτος. Αποτελεί για μένα προσωπικά ύψιστη τιμή να μετέχω σήμερα εδώ αυτής της όμορφης και ζεστής εκδήλωσης, που διοργανώνει επί 62 συναπτά έτη ο Σύλλογος Καστοριαίων της Νέας Υόρκης Ομόνια, ως εκπρόσωπος του Δήμου Καστοριάς και υπεύθυνος για θέματα παιδείας, πολιτισμού και ομογένειας, μεταφέροντας τις ευχές των πολιτών της Πατρόας Γης και του Δημάρχου μας Γιάννη Κορετζίδη, πέρα από τον ωκεανό, σε εσάς, τους ομογενείς μας στη Νέα Υόρκη. Ευχές για ένα ελπιδοφόρο 2025 με υγεία και αγάπη και ευτυχία σε όλους σας. Και με την βούληση να συνεχιστεί η αγαστή συνεργασία που ξεκίνησε από το περασμένο καλοκαίρι με μια σειρά εκδηλώσεων που ενώνουν τους ομογενείς μας με την Καστοριά. Πράγματι, εσείς οι ομογενείς αποτελείτε τη ζίδωρη ανάσα, τη ζίδωρη πνοή της μικρής μας χώρας στον υπόλοιπο κόσμο, μεταφέροντας διαχωρικά αξίες, ιδανικά και παραδόσεις της φυλής μας στα πέρατα του κόσμου, διατηρώντας άσβεστη φλόγα του ελληνικού πνεύματος στις νέες σας πατρίδες, συμβάλλοντας έτσι στην ευημερία και την ανάπτυξή τους. Και ο Σύλλογος Καστοριαίων Ομόνια, διανύοντας το 115ο έτος της ζωής του με την πολυσχηδή του δραστηριότητα, αποτελεί πνευματικό φάρο της Καστοριάς και του ελληνισμού στη Μητρόπολη της Νέας Γης, στη Νέα Υόρκη. Και έρχεστε σήμερα εδώ να βραβεύσετε τους νέους σας, να τιμήσετε για 62η φορά τους νέους της Καστοριανής Ομογένειας που διαπλήθηκαν, αφού ήδη πράξατε το καθήκον σας ως σύλλογος να βραβεύσετε και τα λυκειόπαιδα στην Καστοριά την 17η Αυγούστου και γι' αυτό σας είμαστε καθολικά ευγνώμονες. Και αποτελούν οι νέοι μας σήμερα, είτε εδώ, στην Καστοριά, είτε στη Νέα Υόρκη, είτε όπου αλλού, αλλαχού του κόσμου ζουν, τη δύναμη που θα πολιάσει το παλιό με το νέο, άξιοι πρεσβευτές της καστοριανής ψυχής και του ελληνικού πνεύματος. Γιατί η Καστοριά μας έχει το προνόμιο να κληροδοτεί στην παγκόσμια ιστορία τέκνα της ομογενείς, όπως ο Αθανάσιος Χριστόπουλος, η αδερφή Εμμανουήλ, ο Μανολάκης Καστοριανός, αλλά και νεότεροι, όπως ο Λουκάς Σαμαράς, που έζησε και διέπρεψε στη Νέα Υόρκη, καθώς και άλλοι πλήστοι με πρωτοπόρες ιδέες, ουσιαστικά πνευματική ταγή της παγκόσμιας διανόησης. Σε εσάς τους νέους της Καστοριανής Ομογένειας, που βραβεύεστε σήμερα εδώ για τις εκδόσεις σας, σας εύχομαι και με την ιδιότητα του παιδαγωγού εκπαιδευτικού να συνεχίσετε να αγωνίζετε για αξίες και ιδανικά που ίσως η δική μας γενιά έχει απολέσει, για έναν κόσμο πιο ανθρώπινο, πιο δίκαιο και ειρηνικό. Και ας είναι η σημερινή σας βράβευση η απαρχή του ταξιδιού σας προς τη δική σας Ιθάκη, ένα ταξίδι γνώσεων και ιδανικών και αξιών που θα ορίσουν τη νέα εποχή μας. Και κάποια στιγμή στο ταξίδι σας αυτό, στο ταξίδι της ζωής σας, ελάτε να γνωρίσετε τις ρίζες σας. Ελάτε στον τόπο καταγωγής σας, την Καστοριά μας. Σας περιμένουμε, γιατί αποτελείτε κομμάτι της καρδιάς μας. Να σας μοιήσουμε λοιπόν στις ομορφιές της Καστοριάς, τη σιωπηλή πόλη κοντά στη λίμνη, όπως αναφέρει ο ποιητής μας Νικόλας Εγκονόπουλος, ο υπερελιστής ποιητής και ζωγράφος. Dear students, we are looking forward to welcoming you to Castoria. Congratulations and good luck to your new academic life. Σας ευχαριστώ από καρδιάς και σας ευχαριστώ γιατί μου δώσατε την ευκαιρία να συνδεθώ και με ένα κομμάτι του παρελθόν του δικού μου και της οικογένειάς μου. Ο ίδιος ο πάπους μου έφτασε το 1912 στην Νέα Υόρκη και δεν μπόρεσε να επιστρέψει πίσω. Έμεινε εκεί μέχρι το 1945, όπου έφυγε από τον Bronx. Σας ευχαριστώ πολύ και σας εύχομαι καλή δημιουργική χρονιά από καρδιάς. Να είστε καλά. Να είστε πάντα χαρούμενοι.
Και εμείς σας ευχαριστούμε, κύριε Μακρύδη, να είστε πάντα καλά και καλή χρονιά.
Καλή χρονιά.
Promise this is the last speech. Today, we come together to celebrate not only the achievements of our scholarship recipients, but also the enduring legacy of Hellenism, our emphasis on education, perseverance, and the pursuit of excellence. To our outstanding scholars, congratulations. You represent the best of our community and the brightest hope for the future. Your hard work, dedication, and commitment to learning exemplify the values that our ancestors cherished and passed down through generations. To the families, teachers, and mentors who have supported these students, thank you. Your guidance and encouragement have been instrumental in their success. To our generous donors, your contributions embody the spirit of Philotimo, the love of honor and the deep care for others. Through your generosity, we have created opportunities for these students to thrive, ensuring that the Castorian ideals of excellence and education will continue to flourish. To the members of the Scholarship Committee, our tireless efforts in evaluating applications, selecting recipients, and organizing this event are a testament to your dedication and mission. This work ensures that we honor deserving individuals and uphold the values of our Castorian heritage. We also want to extend our heartfelt thank you to Effie and Victoria, who worked tirelessly behind the scenes. Your attention to detail and organization and commitment often go unnoticed, but your contributions, including Constantine's, are invaluable to the success of the events like today. To our Philoptochos, thank you for your continued support. We'd also like to thank Stamatis Laceros and T-Live for generously volunteering their time for the second year to live stream our event. Your efforts ensure that people all around the world can be part of this occasion. As we conclude this ceremony, let us carry with us the values that unite us as Greeks, as a Greek and Castorian community: commitment to education, respect for our heritage, and faith in the potential of the next generation. Thank you for being part of this special celebration. Safe travels home, and may the spirit of this day inspire you all to strive for excellence in everything we do. Kalii epitechia to our scholars as they embark on the next chapter of their journey. Thank you.